Wisker, you've hardly touched your tea.
Her least of all. She's an antique. Oh, yeah.
You could at least pretend to drink it, since I went to the trouble of making it.
The stuffed rabbit sits at the table, a frown on his embroidered face. It turns his head away from the cup in defiance. Kind of afraid of him. Come on. This will be a good one, I think. I don't know. Just enjoy the voice acting. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Oni-chan.
Alright, anyway.
Jeez. You're so moody lately. I know it's not terribly fun to be stuck alone in here with me. But you're not doing yourself any favors by being difficult. Don't you think we should be making the best of it?
Voice act. Thank you.
I really wish you'd let me cut you a mouth so you can try to hold a conversation.
I don't know what Wisker would sound like, but yeah. The rabbit scurries off across the wooden floor and down the stairs. Dahlia sighs.
It was only a suggestion. I'm not going to force you. I suppose another cup down the drain then.
Dahlia gathers up the teacup and saucer from the floor to take down to the kitchen. Rabbit. Okay, let's rabbit then. Though Wisker has been in the house for a while with her now, he has always been terribly skittish. The kitchen holds the rest of the tea set, always ready for a hypothetical tea party that was thus far hadn't come to fruition. The rabbit wasn't about to sit at the table with her. Thinking back on it, she has trouble recalling who it was that used to sit there with her.
You're listening right now, aren't you? I'm fairly certain I can hear you out there.
Guess we'll tap. The sound of large fingers gently tapping nails on the outside of the house answer her question. She smiles softly. What's happening, King Monster? I'm reading the story here.
There you are. Maybe you can join me? I'm not sure how you would fit in here with me, but I would welcome you anyway. Perhaps if you could let me outside? I will sit on the roof to be closer to you.
You know better than to give her way on that. Okay. What's up, King Monster? The cracks on her face tell the story of a previous excursion outside of the house. She is met with silence. Her smile holds patiently for all of 10 seconds. Oh, so she must have she must have a short temper.
Fine. Then I won't be entertaining you either. If the urge to be reasonable finds you, I'll be waiting in my room.
She storms out of the kitchen and up the stairs. You decide to give her some time to cool off while you leave and run an errand. You have a feeling she'll lighten up when you retrieve your new purchase. The dollhouse is a little bit cleaner than it was this morning. Dahlia has spent some time dusting and picking up. She prefers her home spotless, or at least she used to. Now it seems she settles for clean enough, and she never bothers with the attic anymore. She idly straightens the decorations atop her wardrobe in her room. A heavy thump quickly undoes this.
What?
She turns, looking around in surprise. Hesitantly, she peers out of her bedroom door and down the stairs. And welcome back, sis. Wisker is already in the foyer investigating.
What is it?
She descends the stairs, delicate joints clicking with each step. She finds the large box taking up the entryway.
Oh my. A present.
Her eyes light up with interest, running her fingers over the wooden exterior. There's a quirk to her brow when she realizes it's cheap compressed wood.
Something new then?
Rabbit. Wisker presses his ear to the side of the box. He hops back away and then hears a cough from the inside, hiding behind Dahlia.
What is it?
She searches around the lid, unable to quite pull it up. That rabbit is trash. She finally finds the hook on the other side and undoes it from the small peg that holds the lid shut. She practically throws the lid open, a bright smile on her face.
Oh! Wisker, look! A new friend.
Rabbit.
Is he dead?
I'm not. Oh, crap. Whoa. I don't know what just happened there. Why is it going back so fast, man? I don't know what just happened. It just like skipped through a bunch of crap. All right, there we go. And he says, I'm not dead. What kind of voice should he be? So see for this mental torture. I'm sorry. Thanks for sticking around though. I'm not dead.
Oh, good.
The clown in the box hangs limply when Dahlia drags him out of the box by his shirt. She's surprised to find that he's mostly fabric with a little structure underneath. His sleeves are half empty, tied at the seams with a ruffle. All in all, his head is solid, but his body is plush. The creepiest voice he can? Nah, hold on.
Hello, new friend. My name is Dahlia, and this is my friend Wisker.
The rabbit's ears lie back. Looking none too friendly, he keeps his distance.
I'm sorry for all the excitement. It's been so long since we had a new toy. Well, not had. Obviously, we don't have you. What are you, actually? Oh, we're on Earth with my manners. What do you go by, friend?
No, I don't go by friend. I'm a puppet. My name is Huxley.
Huxley? How nice. And a puppet? Why, that does explain it. Oh, let me take you to a chair. I shouldn't be holding you the whole time like a little bear.
Holy crap, my freaking phone, that was loud. Yeah? With Huxley comfortably situated in his chair at the table, Dahlia sits opposite him. She's all smiles, even though the clown looks so sullen.
Here, have some tea. Oh, can you hold the cup? Have a silly straw.
Thanks. An angsty teen voice fits in well. You think so? I don't know how can I do that one? Something like this here. Despite the things, the clown doesn't make any move to drink the tea.
Are you alright, Huxley? I don't expect you to be quite excited as me, but you look so upset.
Oh, I'm not upset. I don't know. But what is there to be excited for? You've taken me out of the box, and here I am to sit in another box. The only difference is that I'm not the only one in this box.
Aha! But that makes all the difference, doesn't it? I do enjoy watching Wisker, but he's not the one for conversation. And now he won't be in such a lonely place. What do you want to do? I'll show you there's fun to have here.
I don't want anything, thanks.
Oh. Well, surely that isn't true. Everyone wants something. Do you want some quiet? We could lie on the floor and watch the star projector.
If that's what you like to do.
No. We're trying to find something you want to do. You want to tell jokes? You're a clown.
If you like. Did you hear about the clown car that crashed out in the middle of nowhere? There were 30 casualties.
I don't think I get that one.
I'll try again. What do you get when you boil a clown? A laughing stock.
That's so funny. Clown soup. I bet it would have polka dots too. Let me try. A clown named Piccolachi goes to see a therapist. Oh, darn it. I messed up.
You're a funny lady, Dahlia.
Oh, you smiled. Oh, don't stop just because I pointed it out. I'll start getting the idea you're determined to sulk.
Sorry. I just haven't told any jokes in a while. No audience unless I get brought out just for that. So I stopped. What's the point?
The point of telling jokes?
The point of coming up with jokes, if I only get to tell them when someone gives me the time of day. I don't like being a puppet. The only choice I get is to not participate. So I started doing that. Opting out.
Oh, so you just don't do anything?
Nothing I don't want to do. Which I don't want to do much lately, so... yeah, kinda. He looks uncomfortable at the direction of the conversation. It's clear he hasn't had to explain himself at length before, especially when so withdrawn from everything. Dahlia on the other hand, is clearly mulling this idea over in her head.
Do you think you want to do more if you can get around better on your own? Since you can go where you would like to and not have to wait for someone to bring you there?
That will make things easier for me. No offense, but I don't think I want you stitching anything onto me if that's what you're thinking.
Huh? What? Are you assuming I'd be bad at it?
I choose to keep the answer to myself.
That wasn't what I was thinking about anyway. Wait here for just a moment.
I'll try not to go anywhere. Dahlia leaves the kitchen, hurrying back off to the foyer. She stands near the box Huxley arrived in and looks up, her gaze aimless, though she isn't quite sure where to look.
Hello up there. I imagine you're still watching, yes? Thank you for sending me a new friend. I know I've asked for one a lot, but I'm afraid I need to ask for something else. I'm sorry for asking so soon after receiving this gift, but it isn't for me, so I hope that it might make up for it. So do you think perhaps you can give me something to help Huxley move? Perhaps wheels? Or a wooden skeleton?
I guess we help her. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm trying my best here. So let's click on help. I'm guessing, right? All right, you suppose there couldn't be any harm in it. Is my clown voice depressing enough? Hopefully. All right. If the puppet is really so broken that it can't even keep her company, it doesn't do much good, does it? Well, I'm guessing. It would have to be a modification so simple that even toys can figure it out, though. What kind of modification are we talking about here? Because obviously the clown was thinking something else. You have an idea. All right, surely with only a single item to work with, she'll understand what needs to be done. All right. You place your gift in the box Huxley arrived in. All right. Let's do this. This voice acting stuff is kind of hard. But I'm going to get it. I enjoy it. Dahlia looks on in surprise as she sees a large spring in the box. Here we go.
Oh. Yes. This is perfect. Thank you so much.
She eagerly plucks her prize from the container, needing both hands to carry it. It's as long as her legs at the very least. Seeing as it's a bit unwieldy, perhaps it isn't the best idea to bring it near the tea set. She ends up leaving it behind and fetching Huxley instead. It takes the pair a few minutes to go figure out the logistics of the attachment, but in the end, it's sewn securely to the opening of Huxley's body. You have to make some juice now, you're good. He takes a moment to get used to balancing on the spring. This is certainly different. I think I'm getting the hang of it though. The stairs will take some practice.
That's what the railing is for. At least until you get better at jumping. Perhaps soon you'll be able to leap from the landing on the upper doorway in one go.
This is hilarious. God damn. She laughs at the idea, but he seems to be very seriously considering it. Perhaps so. Everything else is upstairs, right? What about the back room? You got blue Takis? Oh my god. You would.
More stairs, unfortunately. The doorway to the attic. That's the doorway to the attic.
Alright. And what's up there? More stairs?
The ceiling, silly. And some old odds and ends. Some things just don't have a place in this house. But they still have to go somewhere. Perhaps we could eventually convert it into a bedroom for you.
Your cruelty knows no bounds, Lady Dahlia. Making a man able to jump, then putting him in a room with a low ceiling?
I didn't mean...
I know. I'm only teasing you. I'm probably gonna make some cookies. Oh, I need some. Sorry, but Huxley looks like he's high. I think he is high. For someone who kept waiting on me to lighten up, you sure aren't good at recognizing a joke.
Oh, don't tease me. But I'm happy to see your much better spirits.
I am. I've never had something like this. Though, is this really okay?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I didn't like being a puppet, so I don't know why I should feel odd about becoming something else.
Like a Jack in the Box?
I would never. I meant to say, I'm not getting back in that box.
Of course not. But you would have to sleep somewhere. And I suppose the box can stay here in the foyer.
We could make it into a table or use it as a chest.
I just don't know. I just don't want to have to carry it up to the attic.
Whatever you want to do with it, it's not mine. It is bad that I think Dahlia is kind of pretty. Well, she is she's a doll, but you know. But yeah, I guess this makes me kind of jack out of the box, which I also never do. Dahlia tilts her head in confusion once more. Huxley spares her the explanation of the joke. Jack out of the box. All right. Anyway, I'm actually feeling a little fidgety now. I think I want to give the stairs a try. Will you show me the rest of the house if I make it up?
Of course. And if you can't, I'll carry you up.
I'll make it up even if I have to drag myself up. Just maybe go stand out of the way just in case. Huxley kind of reminds me of the Laughing Jack for some reason. So with some time and effort, the couple of paintings knocked off the wall, Huxley manages to make his way up the stairs. Dahlia feels perhaps a few new cracks were added to her face for the worry which she watched when he twice spilled backwards down the stairs. Ooh, tongue twister. Luckily, the clown was not so delicate as she was. He bounced like rubber. Perhaps that's what he was made of. The thought remains in her mind that she'll have to remind her new friend that she is much more fragile than he is. But for now, she hurries up after him to congratulate him and show him around the upper floor. The linen closet isn't exactly a room, but it's important to show regardless. The bathroom is slightly of more importance, of course, though perhaps less important than it would have been in a real house. Huxley notes a lingering smell of paint and powders in the bathroom. It must be where Dahlia touches up her face. And lastly, Dahlia brings him to her bedroom. Ooh. Nah.
I don't think I've ever had anyone here before. Well, aside from Wisker.
You don't think so? Where is that little guy anyway? I kind of expected him to join us I kind of expected him to join us for the tour.
Oh, don't mind him. He's so jumpy these days. I couldn't even tell you why. Perhaps he's less confident without other plush animals around.
Did there used to be more? Yeah, bringing the boy up to their bedroom.
I can't seem to recall. I know I knew a teddy bear once. Perhaps he was a friend of Whisker's?
She frowns, brows furrowed in concentration. Huxley watches on with concern. Is remembering things a regular problem for you, Dahlia?
In a sense, I suppose it is. Very little changes in the house, so the days tend to blend together. If I have trouble remembering something, I'd be hard-pressed to know whether it's due to a forgetfulness or because it happened longer ago than I realized. I recently started writing in my journal again, though, so that should help me with more recent days. I wasn't sure where it was for a while, so I really make good use of it now. That's pretty good.
What am I doing? On the memory loss thing? Yeah, sounds like a plan. This dude Huxley is does not give a good he doesn't care about anything. He's like, yeah, And if I get curious, I can always read up on what I missed before I got here.
Absolutely not. I keep it locked so you couldn't even if you wanted to.
Heh. Just another joke, Dahlia. I wouldn't read your diary.
You better not. Now, what was I going to show you in here?
The bed, girl? No.
Oh, I wanted to show you here in my wardrobe. I keep my dresses here, but it's full of mini games as well. You can feel free to help yourself to any of them if you find yourself looking for something to play. I have my bookcase in here as well. I have all the classics.
Pride and Prejudice, A Little Princess, Hans Christian Andersen's Fairy Tales collection. Quite the collection, Dahlia.
Are you teasing me again?
No, they're just very you. Except that one. The complete short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. A little bit of a gothic at heart, are you? I did say I love the classic. Oh.
I did say I love the classics.
Sorry.
What about you, Mr. Know-It-All? You're making yourself sound rather well read.
I've just had my share of bedtime stories in my day. Oh my gosh, so Dahlia's ready. He already got something to play. Maybe. And the others I've heard a little more of in homework form. Ugh. I have to say, it hasn't made me the most bookish kind of guy. Except maybe joke books.
Well, in your words, that's very you. There's no shame in it. But I warn you that you will be eventually want to do some reading. Beggars can't be choosers for entertainment in this house. Though I'd be happy to read to you.
I can see it now. I'll let you know if I have trouble falling asleep here. Maybe I could use it. Alright. Huxley is such a mood though, like everyone has those days where you're just like, someone hit me with the car. Right, man. This guy. It's like, please do not read to me. Please. It's refreshing to see Dahlia looking so lively again after so much time spending by herself in the dollhouse. She's had her problems in the past getting along with other toys, but the clown seems to be a good choice. Entertaining as a jester should be, but not so energetic that he would impose upon her lifestyle. She considers herself to be an elegant lady after all, and some wild fool would certainly find themselves met with friction when it came to living with her. Hopefully they continue to get along. In the following days they seem to adjust well enough. They play their games and have their tea together, and even Wisker seems to be more at ease with Huxley there. It's a point of concern in some ways. Hopefully the rabbit doesn't come to be too affectionate with the clown. But for now, it's happy days within the dollhouse. You find yourself watching them regularly. Today they gather in the attic to improve Huxley's sleeping area. And here we are. Scene 3. I guess, I don't know. Here we go.
I'm sorry we don't have a better place to keep a lot of these things. Though I'm happy the bed is finally seeing some use.
It's not too bad. The spiders have been keeping me company at night.
Spiders?
Well, probably just little mites. I wonder about some of the things you keep up here, though.
Don't just change the subject after mentioning spiders. Are there really spiders up here?
No, I was only joking, Dahlia.
You better be. Horrible creatures. Now, what were you wondering about?
Well, I noticed some of these things seem out of place here. The painting, sure, they make sense for you to have. But there are some old brass knickknacks in here that don't look like any of your other stuff. Like this big brass horse head.
It's a knight. but you are right. It doesn't look familiar.
And there's some old clothing up here.
Oh? I really haven't cleaned up here in some time, but I don't think there was anything but spare decor items. What sort of clothing is it?
Well, I found some bow ties, like the formal kind, not like my ribbon. And no offense to our dearest Lady Dahlia, but they wouldn't really suit you. Do they belong to Wisker?
No. Wisker doesn't really have many belongings to speak of.
Wisker shakes his head to confirm this. I guess, I don't know.
He only has a little bed in my room and a few little toys of his own. Though half the time he seems to prefer playing with the balled up paper more than the things I make for him.
One doll's trash is a rabbit's treasure.
I'm almost certain that that's not how the phrase goes.
Oh, well, in any case, they seem like men's clothes to me. Though I did see some old hairbrushes and things as well. Not ones that match your sets, though. Do you think some of this was left from whoever lived in the house before you?
I suppose that's possible. Though it seems stranger to me that the owner wouldn't remove such things before placing me here.
Maybe the owner hoped for a more masculine doll.
I'm sure I'm exactly what they were hoping for. They had me this long after all.
Well, the owner doesn't seem to be interested in doing much to your home regardless. So maybe they didn't bother with this. Or they're just using your storage for extra things.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. And they get quiet at times, but that doesn't mean they lack interest. They love me. They love me, and I love them too.
You two should get a room then. Or I guess a house.
Oh, hush. There's no need to be jealous, Huxley. I'm sure they love you too. You wouldn't be living here if they didn't find something appealing about you.
It must have been my sparkling personality then.
Perhaps it was.
Right. Well, I don't have any doubt they're just going to be... I'm sorry, let me read that back. Well, I don't have any doubts that they're tossing me in here for your sake if they really love you so much.
How do you mean?
Well, you have told me a few times just how lonely it is here without someone to have conversations with. And here I am.
Well, I'm happy you're here, but I doubt it's just for me.
It's all the same to me. So long as they leave me be, I'm just fine.
Oh, that's silly, Huxley. I know you enjoy their attention if you got it.
Doubt it. Jesus. Doubt it. I'm starting not to trust Dahlia for some reason. I'm starting to get a weird vibe from the random stuff in the attic. Yeah, she has a lot of... I see clothes over there and some chests, some paintings and things like that. And they did say there was some bow ties and male clothing up there. So, I don't know. Let's see.
Such a sourpuss. I suppose we'll find out the next time that you decide to check in on us regardless.
I'll be holding my breath until then. The conversation comes to a stop as the pair go back to cleaning, but it leaves you with some thinking to do. It has been a little time since you initially purchased the clown, so you've had a little time to get to know more about him. But more than you could have known taking him off the shelf. At this point... Who's the favorite right now? Because we're like the Dollhouse owners, so we're kind of role-playing, but you know what I mean? So, is Dahlia, is she still the favorite doll of the Dollhouse, or is Huxley the better choice? Because Dahlia is forgetful. She's kind of weird. Huxley is coming around slowly, but I don't know. I don't know, sis, what do you think? I say Huxley's winning you over. I don't know, I have to choose one. Alright, let's say Huxley is winning me over. See how much I can screw this up. It would be a lie to say that the clown wasn't growing on you. Oh boy. Though at first you did only bring him to the dollhouse in order to provide Dahlia with some company, he's a funny little guy in his own right. See, Huxley, see? I knew you would. Alright, even if not always through his jokes, you'll have to start thinking of some ways to make him feel more welcome in the house now that you know Dahlia will be able to get along with him. Alright? Things are fairly peaceful in the dollhouse for some time after. You check on the toys from time to time, a little more frequently than you would when it was only Dahlia and Wisker in the house. It's more active than it has been in some time, so there's more to see going on. You decide to be adding some new things for them from time to time to keep this level of activity. This is kind of creepy in a way. Like, you have a dollhouse, but the dolls play house by themselves, and you just come in and check on them randomly. Like, what? That's quite creepy. Back to the story. Try that piece in the bottom right there. Wisker leans forward against the table to move one of the pieces from the jigsaw puzzle. His little paw nudges it carefully down to fit within its place. Oh, okay, that's part of the red costume. That's why the color was so different.
Oh? What are you two up to in here?
Hey, Dahlia. Wisker was just helping me with this puzzle. I tried by myself, but you know me, Butterfingers. Huxley says this as he extends one of his digiless thump arms before lowering it again.
Oh, yes, I see. I really enjoy puzzles too. You should have told me. I'll be happy to help.
You were reading, so I didn't want to bother you about it. Plus, I think Wisker likes puzzles. The rabbit perks up at this, confirming this statement. Dahlia's demeanor changes at this. Something about this is bothering her. I sense jealousy.
Wisker never wanted to do puzzles with me. He never wants to sit on my lap like that either. Actually, where did you get this? I don't remember seeing this puzzle before.
You haven't? I found it in the foyer today. I assumed you left it out.
I don't leave my things lying around. It must be new. How odd. The owner always brings new gifts to my attention.
I guess it was for me then. I don't think it's much your style anyway. Dahlia moves a little closer to the table to look at the illustration on the puzzle's box. Oh, look at that. It features a group of circus performers putting on a show in front of a drabbily dressed audience. Their costumes are bright and colorful against a muted background. The only full character in the puzzle they've put together so far is the mustache clown in the striped tights.
Yes, I suppose it would be for you then.
Something wrong, Dahlia? You can still put it together with this.
Not wrong, exactly. But was this the only thing in the foyer?
Yeah. I didn't see anything else out of place.
Well, you two enjoy your puzzle then, I suppose. I have other things to do.
What's up with her, Wisker? You think she's mad at me? Ugh. I hate guessing games like this. I guess I'll just ask her about it later. Typical. No, I'm fine. Dahlia makes her way up to the attic and knocks on the ceiling of the house.
Are you up there? I know you had to be here earlier.
That's us. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Ugh, I know you're there. Quit ignoring me. You're doing this on purpose. You're just trying to accept me.
She's being so melodramatic, but you did somewhat expect this from her. She's never taken well to having to share attention. Though you're a little surprised she's already noticed you giving him attention over a single small gift. He didn't even thank you or give you credit for it. So it's not as though he's going to be seeking your attention now because of the puzzle. Ooh-wee. So she doesn't like when nobody pays attention to her.
Well, since you don't plan on answering me, you should know I'm feeling very cross with you about this. Between leaving me alone in here for so long, and then immediately turning your attention to your new friend, I'm feeling very replaced. So I expect you to do something to make this up to me.
Oh my God. A fragile body and a fragile heart. The porcelain drama queen exits the attic. You might consider getting her something as well to cheer her up. But at the same time, you don't want to encourage her to indulge in such dramatics every time you do something with Huxley. She is dramatic as heck. Oh, I can't stand people like that. They just draw up drama just for attention. That is annoying. And you know she'll catch on if you make it a pattern. I don't know. What do you think about the story so far, sis? Or whoever's watching. Let's see here. I give her something, a sledgehammer to her face. Yeah. And just break her. Like, man, she has like super issues here. So far, she's getting jealous that Huxley is happy with her friend. With her friend is the rabbit, but he's kind of like, he's not even taking over. She thinks he's taking over, so she's all jealous. So that's kind of what's going on right now. All right, shall we continue? For now, you just have to ignore this outburst. All right, we're going to ignore the outburst. You leave the dollhouse alone for the rest of the day. All right, the next morning, you decide to check on the group around breakfast time. Luckily, it looks like everyone is relaxed again as they're all spending time together. If your Whiskers didn't like to talk to her much, maybe she's the problem. Right, that's what I'm thinking. Like, she has a problem that no one knows about. And this rabbit does not have any eyes. So what happened to his eyes, right? One's a button and the other one's just like stitched. We have clothes in the attic that no one knows she doesn't remember who they belong to. So, like, what's really going on here, you know? So let's try this. All right, let's get back to it. I don't know. Let's keep going, sis. This is great. Okay, so is that a quiche? Keisha, I don't know. Kish? I don't know how I said that.
Kish? Oh, senpai. Are you paying attention? You look ready to fall asleep.
I never get up this early. My head feels empty and my body feels boneless.
You don't have bones. And I'm not sure if your head is empty or not, actually. And do you have glass eyes like mine?
Wait,
Oh, wait. You're distracting me. I'm trying to give you instructions.
Sorry, Lady Dahlia. Please continue.
Well, I was going to have you dice the vegetables for the quiche.
I don't know how to say that word.
But I'd rather not have you holding the knife while you're so tired. Why don't you mix up the eggs for me instead? I'll measure out the other ingredients for you to mix in, and you'll have to man the mixer.
Aye, chef. Easier for me. I'm a klutz with a knife anyway.
Ah, right. Butterfingers.
Did she take that seriously? That's a yander. There's another story I want to do too. Alright, the group gets to work on their complex breakfast dish. Dahlia works efficiently as she dices up their various vegetables into little cubes that will suit the size of the dish. She occasionally moves to check on Huxley's progress, but he seems to have things handled. Whiskers hangs on to the clown's back, watching the mixture churning in the bowl and occasionally moving the lever switch when Huxley asks him to. Ooh, she's not gonna like that. Huxley and the rabbit are cooking together. As you watch, you start to notice how much Dahlia looks over their way, a small frown on her face. Whiskers catches her eye at one point and looks away. She turns her gaze down to her cutting board. By the time everything is put together to go into the oven, she's on edge. She excuses herself from the kitchen, asking Huxley to set the timer for her on her way out. She heads to the foyer. Oh boy. Stepping into the foyer, Dahlia spots a handful of items on the box-turned table that Huxley arrived in. A couple of colored balls, some silk handkerchief squares, also colorful, some oversized playing cards. Nothing she'd be really interested in. But there's one particularly ornate item among the group. She approaches and picks it up.
Oh, what a cute little cane. I usually prefer parasols, but this is nice.
As she turns the wooden cane over in her hands, she observes the metal handle at the top. It's fairly textured, made to be easy to grab even without wrapping fingers all the way around it. The flat top holds a little painted disc, painstakingly etched with the decorative H. Your work is detailed, even when working with such small materials. You were very particular in making this gift. The handcrafted cane lies splintered in half on the ground. Whoa. What was that?
Nothing. Didn't I tell you to wait in the kitchen?
So? I don't have to. I was worried. You were acting weird. Are those for me? Dahlia kicks the handle end of the broken cane behind her with her heel.
Probably. Looks like all of this is for you.
Wisker skitters across the foyer to Huxley's side, carrying the cane handle with his paws. His little plush steps went unnoticed by the larger toys in the room. Huxley takes the cane and looks to see what Dahlia was hiding. Jeez, Dahlia, what's your problem? Seriously, what did I even do?
It's not you. I'm just upset with the owner right now. I was really angry, and I just picked up the cane. I was so mad I just hit it against the box without thinking, and it broke. It was an accident.
Bull! You didn't break anything else. You only broke something that was for me.
Huxley, are you crying?
No.
I honestly didn't think it would mean so much to you. It's just a cane.
It was made for me. Nobody's ever made something just for me. You have so much. But you want to take what I've got too?
It was an accident.
You already admitted you thought about it. That's enough. You're very upset with Dahlia for this, and you can see Huxley is getting pretty worked up. Best to separate them for now. And put Dahlia where you don't have to look at her for a little while. Ooh.
But...
Yep, there she goes. What do you think, sis? Man, you put Dahlia away in her room and locked the door. Huxley, who was already upset by this turn of events, is terrified at seeing your hand enter the dollhouse so suddenly. She did deserve that. She broke his man. You can almost feel the pain. There isn't much else you can do but leave him alone to calm down. Oh. Dahlia pounds on the door of her room. You can hear her voice cracking as she cries to you, threatens you, says whatever she can to think. Says whatever she can think of to be absolved of any guilt. She just doesn't want to take the responsibility for what she did. You decide to leave her in there until you're feeling less upset about what happened, whenever that happens to be. For now, you decide to focus on making a new gift for Huxley. You hadn't expected him to be so sentimental over it, but knowing now that it's meaningful to him, you're newly motivated to make something for him that he'll enjoy. If he's willing to accept something like that from you, even with his fear of your physical presence, it's a good first foot in the door to actually bonding with the clown. But what to make? What should we make? Should we remake the cane? Give him a bed or a portrait? Well, she did break the cane. Hey, what's up, motivational? Carol playing. Make him a bed. All right, let's make him a bed. Right. He's still sleeping on that rickety old metal frame in the attic that's been there for years. You're sure he could use something more comfortable. And on top of that, you can customize it to be more suitable for him. Good choices. Hey, what's up, Gladiator? What's happening, man? Perhaps it will look nice with some bright colors and a star relief carving on the headboard. Maybe bed knobs that look like circus sea lions balancing on a ball on their nose. The idea is ambitious, but your mind is already racing with ideas. You decide you had better get to work right away. Over the next couple of days, you leave the dollhouse alone to work diligently on the bed for Huxley. You imagine he would like some time without you looming over the house after what happened before. However, you know that before you can present him with his bed, you have to try to get things back to normal within the house. It's time to check on Dahlia. You find her lying on her bed, completely despondent. She's fully dressed, though you can't be sure whether that means she's been getting up every day to get ready or just hasn't changed into her pajamas since you put her there. Being excited for your birthday? Nice! Happy birthday, bro. You unlock the door with a click. She's immediately alert.
You're back. I thought maybe you were going to leave me in here forever. I'm sorry for acting out before. I shouldn't have to destroy something that you made.
Whoa. Well, this is a surprise. But you doubt she'll learn much from this, even if she's trying to make up with you now.
You should consider my feelings too, though. It's not about gifts specifically. You know that, don't you?
Oh boy. You aren't sure what to do in the response to this. She looks ready to burst into tears, and you're still pretty cross with her. It doesn't negate your suspicions. She's only trying to get your sympathy so you forgive her for acting out. She looks up and around the room expectantly. When nothing happens, she slowly sinks.
I see. You don't want to talk about it right now. That's fine. It's fine. I should go let Huxley and Wisker know I'm out again. And I suppose I'll talk to Huxley about this. I love you. Please talk to me soon.
She anxiously hurries out of the room, her posture stiff and her expression full of worry, just in case you stick around to listen in on her and Huxley. You find the conversation already in progress, but their voices are low and hard to hear. Perhaps Dahlia didn't want you to listen in.
I just worry that the direction this is going. I don't remember it clearly, but I do have mentions in my journal. I don't think it's out of the question that replacement is what I have in mind.
Well, I don't know them very well, so I couldn't say that, but when I got here, you tried very hard to tell me how much you trusted them on stuff. Plus, you didn't think that's the kind of overreaction to a few gifts for me? The house is already full of stuff for you, so it's just common sense that more things would be added for me to balance it out.
You just don't get it. My bond with them is special, so I can tell when they're pulling away.
Well, so what then?
So what?
Yeah, I mean, they put me in here for you, didn't they? It's not like you'd be alone even if they did decide to focus their attention on me.
That's not the same.
Oh.
Ugh. I'm trying not to say I don't like you, Huxley. I like you a lot. You're my friend. But the owner, that's something else different entirely. My friendship with you makes me happy, but you don't give my life purpose.
Nobody can do that for you, Dahlia. I know you think you're made just for them, but here's the thing. You have no purpose. Nobody does. Nobody can give you one. That's the awful truth. You have to get by in life by your own will. Or just spin your wheels like I was when I just gave up. It's your own choice. There's no pressure to live for someone else, but there's no drive outside of your own wants. And that's difficult, but it is what it is.
But that can't possibly be right. And how do you know anyway? You spend your whole life just moping around hating what you are. Just because you lack any purpose doesn't mean I do too. I should have known better than to confide in you. You don't get it because you never have been anyone's favorite.
Well, I'm Whisker's favorite.
Ugh.
For the second time in just a few minutes, Dahlia storms out of the room. Though this time it's clear she's angrier than she is upset. Ooh-wee. She didn't like that one. But was he speaking truth, though? What he was saying? Making your own path, because no one can do it for you. So she thinks, because someone likes her, that, they're shaping her destiny or whatever, or they're helping her shape her destiny, but it's like, no. He's like, no. You do that on your own, regardless of what anybody else says. You shape your own future. All right, let's continue. But at the very least, Huxley stood his ground this time. Dahlia looks like she's going to sulk over tea in the kitchen, so you feel safe in leaving them alone while you get back to work. As long as she isn't at his throat, she can be mad all she likes. She's such a ugh. I do not like that Dahlia person. I'm like, 'cause I know people like that. Oh, wow. Today you finished your bed for Huxley. Rather than draw attention to it, you left it in the foyer for him to find. You're excited to see his reaction. He approaches the bed, reaching out to touch the headboard as though to check if it was real. You feel a sense of pride in the little piece of furniture being carved out of real wood. It's not some cheap plastic diorama piece from a craft store. Clearly, he notices just how much work is put into it. He sits on the edge of the bed, testing out the springiness of the mattress. It's definitely better than the old one in the attic. And you only hope that he will feel more at home this way. It's a big piece of furniture that can't easily be ignored, and his style is all over it. Like Dahlia's imposing four poster bed. Imposing four poster bed. Huxley's is meant to display he has a very permanent place in the house, and it's all his. You're probably around, right? Right. There you are. Jeez. I just realized I don't really know how to talk to you, especially since I've been avoiding you. You had to have noticed that. Sorry about that, and thanks for this. I really didn't think you'd care about me at all, since it'd be pretty easy for you to just think of me as some object for your entertainment. But you surprised me. Also, I'm not lugging this thing up the stairs by myself. You'll have to move it. Dahlia steps down the stairs, frowning as she looks at the conspicuous bed in the foyer. Huxley's initial joviality clears right up, seeing how she's looking at it.
Oh, what is this? It's taking up the whole doorway.
Huxley gets back up off the bed where it was sitting. I don't think it's going to stay here. It's probably before the attic.
Right. The attic. I suppose we'll dismantle the old ones to make room for the new one.
Huxley doesn't respond to that. He likely knows it holds a secondary meaning in her eyes.
I suppose I have to do it myself too, since you can't really help with that.
You're just trying to get a rise out of me now.
How so? It's the truth. Unless you think everything I do should be about you too. I'm the only one who hasn't been acting that way over you after all. So I would understand your confusion.
Why are you so jealous of me?
Jealous? There's nothing to be jealous of. The owners only give you attention because you're a novelty. You're new. They'll get bored of you.
Shut up. And even if they do, whatever. Whisker's my friend. I thought you were too. Well, whatever. One is plenty for me. At least he cares about me. You'll never care about anyone but yourself. Wisker quietly enters the room, having heard the commotion and his name being used. He looks especially worried.
That's not true. I care about the owner, or else this wouldn't even matter to me. Because they care about me too.
Oh, yeah? Then what happened to what you said before? About their silence being fine with you? They can annoy you all they want, as long as they aren't giving attention to anyone else? You're not sure at all about whether they care about you. You're worried you're just a toy to them. Because you put all your worth into getting their approval. You make yourself miserable, Dahlia. So stop coming up with ways to blame me for that. Neither of us control what they do. Neither of us can know for sure how they feel. Neither of us can guarantee we're more than just possession for them. So it's pointless. If you don't want to be my friend, just leave me alone. You sit in silence for a moment. Is that really how he feels about you? Even after you went out your way to make him feel welcome? He's right about Dahlia's insecurity, but maybe he's the same. Maybe he just can't trust you. You don't like it, but it's hard to completely disregard his point of view. You aren't in the same position at all, and he knows it. Surely he realizes how long you dealt with Dahlia and her dramatics, though. If you threw out toys every time they were difficult with you, you would never have any. Dahlia returns from the kitchen.
Huxley,
What? What do you want, Dahlia?
you really don't understand a thing. You ruin everything. Don't you get it?
Dahlia? Dahlia holds a kitchen knife in her hand.
I was wrong. I can admit that. Wanting friends was wrong. It should have been just us. Even Wisker doesn't need to be here.
Wisker is quick to flee. Oh, damn, sis. Here we go. He jumps into the box, knocking the lid open. He uses it for cover. You're acting nuts. If you want the bed so bad, just take it. I just won't have anything. It's better than whatever this is.
I don't want the stupid bed. I just want things to be like they were.
Dahlia, please. You're scaring me. You begin to reach in for Dahlia. But she lunges before you before you can come even close.
You're doing it on purpose. Going on and on about how much doesn't matter to you. About how you aren't even trying. It comes so easy to you, doesn't it? Well, I worry. I try. And actually care about what happens. You just mope until everything gets handed to you.
I'm not. Please, I'll just go. I'll ask them to take me out of here.
That's not good enough. I need to know that you won't come back.
Dahlia. Oh no. With the knife swinging, there isn't much you can do but wait. He stopped moving early into the attack. She even tore out his spring and tossed it across the room. Not that he had been able to use it to get away. He is barely recognizable as the puppet you chose by the time he stands up over him. His rubber head was split right up the middle, and now lay splayed on the ground like open butterfly wings. It's like each half of his face is a mask, each displaying a different emotion held in his final moments. His lining is shredded, his stuffing tossed every which way. He's beyond salvaging.
Wisker, you weren't always so bad. So I'm sorry about this.
You step away from the dollhouse. How did things go wrong so quickly? You need to find something to put Dahlia in. You can't leave her in there, but you don't want to pick her up while she's acting like this. The knife is the size of an X-Acto blade to you, but you don't doubt she would stick it right through your hand if you gave her the chance, assuming she didn't go for a vein instead. You find the jar that would be about the right size and grab a large paintbrush to shove her into it and return to the dollhouse. You're met with a burning smell at the sight of smoke exiting the windows. You find Dahlia sitting in the attic. In the brief time you're away, she set the room ablaze. You can smell some sort of extralent. It makes you wonder if she put some thought into this before, about what she would do. It occurs to you to attempt to scoop her up into the jar, but the fire is already creeping up the sides of her dress, of her hair. Oh, damn, this freaking woman. Alright, sis. Do we save this psychopath? Or leave her? I'm leaving this freaking... Huxley was right in a way. She's in the hell of her own making. It never has been in the clear as now when you see her being taken by the flames. Cracks from the heat in her clothes and hair burn away. You look away. You start to think there was never a possibility of either of you being happy in this arrangement. It's both a punishment and a mercy to let her burn. You leave to grab a pitcher of water for the fire. The scale is small and fairly confined. The only damage is to the dollhouse. Still, you move your paint thinners and repair supplies off your table and spritz down the surface with water to catch the stray embers. And you wait. You don't put out the fire until you're sure she has been reduced to nothing more than porcelain debris. You take some responsibility for the situation. After all, it was your dollhouse. You were in charge of it. But things were clearly beyond redemption. You're not sure when you will be up to it, but you just have to start over fresh. A new home. Maybe new toys. And you'll be sure your control is known to be undefiable so that this never happens again. Ooh, there's a second ending. The doll maker, the monster maker. Well, well, well. What do you think about that? Holy cow.